Hello everybody and welcome once again to another edition of Inside the Headset. Here I am with head coach of the Summit Spartans, Scot Keasler. Coach, what's been going on?
Well, we have had a long year trying to start up a program at a brand new school. We weren't as competitive as a coach as you'd like to be, but you come into a situation like this and you realize it's going to be a tough battle uphill. And that's exactly what it was. But we've now got our own building. We're in the building. We started off originally during the summer. We didn't even have this building open. We were trying to work out at Spring Station, or we're trying to work out at Independence. I have parents dropping kids off here and there. I'm trying to get things ordered. Everything goes through the county, so not really knowing at the time. I'm ordering helmets, shoulder pads, knee pads, just everything you need. And really, because of the bidding process, not knowing what I'm going to get until the day it shows up. So it's been quite interesting trying to get this thing off the ground, but very exciting. Have a good group of kids, good community, great administration, and a good county. So we've just been working. That's what's going on. We've been working every day. It seems like I live up here pretty much.
So that was a big difference in transitioning from maybe if you'd have been a head coach at a school that had already been established and running, those pads and things would have already been waiting on you as a head coach when you came in, whereas now, not only are you trying to build a football team, you're just trying to build the supplies and all the pieces and parts.
And everything. When you get here, you just look around, you have nothing. You got a bare field. Heck, it was still under construction. There was times, I couldn't even get in the building without a hard hat. Obviously, still a construction zone until the last second. Probably a week before we started 2 days.
Wow.
We actually had to have Dr. Former, who's our principal, who does a great job, very supportive of athletics and academics, but he got some approval to let us into the locker room that Friday before the Monday we were going out, but we had to try to figure out how we're going to get padded up. So it's been quite a journey. We finally got some money to buy a sled and a chute as we're putting it up together out there the other day. I don't know how to put one of these together because everywhere I've been, it's already been on the field. And you don't really think about it. You think, you kind of take those things for granted. They're already there. When you have to put everything together and raise money to get the things you need, you take a lot more pride in it, I think. It makes it a lot more special. We talk to these kids, all the time about we have something, they're going to have something that very few have.
Absolutely.
We started something together, we're going to finish it together. We started with nothing. We're all we got, basically. When we got here, we were all we had. And it's brought us close. It really has. In a tough year, you can turn tail, tuck and run, or you can find a way to get through it. And the kids showed up to work every day. They never took a day off, so I think we got through it okay.
And just as far as them being receptive to the change and you just trying to maintain your normally daily routine, and you just telling them, yesterday we were doing this, today we're doing that, and they're trying to follow you. How's that been as far as their receptiveness?
We tell them every day get better. We're young. We know that we're not going to have any seniors. We know that we're not going to have any juniors. We know that. But what we can do is we can give 110% on our own every day to get better and become a family and a team every day, get better at that. So like I said, it's been tough, but every day they come to work, every day the attitude's positive. Their expectations for themselves are high, so I don't really, we set a ball, and we know it's a process that sometimes, especially if they're here in this weight room, they don't want nothing to do with that process. They want it now. So we've got some hungry kids, we've got some good parents, like I said, a great community. They're hungry. They want to win, they want to succeed, they know nothing's really expected of them, and I think they kind of take offense to that. I think we all do in a way. Like I said, as a football coach, no matter how many times people tell you you're going to not win a game because you have 14 and 15-year-old kids, no football coach wants to hear that. You're still competitive enough. So it was tough going through all those weeks, but they kept coming back. And we kept fighting through, we kept practicing. We now, going into spring practice, we had a great spring practice. They know the tempo we expect. They know how hard we expect them to practice. They know that if we got to come back in and start over, we will. It's been night and day from the first practice to where we are now. And I just hope that, and I expect it to keep getting better from here.
Talk a little bit about your district play. We were discussing it just before we started the show, but it's not easy, is it? You got Giles County, you got in Marshall County, and some others.
Not very different than Rutherford County. When I came to Smyrna from Sycamore, when I got to Smyrna from Sycamore, we kept playing all these teams. And one day I was in the chat and said, "Where's the break here? When do we get to just kind of take a not a weekend off, but just know that we're pretty set going into a game.
Get the kids healed up.
Yeah, it just, kind of get some kids in, get some of the underclassmen playing, and knowing that we're still going to be able to win because we're just better. There was no breaks. He looked at me and said, "Oh, you ain't going to get that around here." And of course, that was something you get used to. It's so exciting. The competition makes you a better player and a better coach. And we're in a great district. There's no week off. All the coaches here work really hard in this district. I think we all get along pretty well, but you have a Giles County who I expect them to contend for a state championship this year. Every year they're in the run. Marshall County has a great coaching staff. They have athletes. That's a good group of people over there. Fairview, obviously, is a little bit down the road, but they do a great job. Spring Hill, Lewis County, East Hickman County. Everybody we play, Page. They've all had success in the past. They all can beat you on any given night, no matter who they play. Now, last year with us was really easy for them, but we want to get to where we can compete on their level. We want to get to where we can win our share. And our goal this year, basically, is to surprise some people. No one has expectations other than us still. Why? Because we're not going to have any seniors. But you know what? We're going to have some juniors. So we are a year older and a year stronger, or off-season stronger than when we came in, where it was basically, here's the ball, go play. But it's exciting. You don't want to play in an easy end. Like I said, you like having a break every so often, but you don't want to play in an easy district. It doesn't do anything for you, I don't think. I think
when you get down to that 10th, and when you start into postseason, you're going to feel it.
And that's one thing, after going through the grind. And Shad always had the hellacious schedules.
Oh.
And I'm like, man, Brentwood Academy, Ainsworth, these teams. But when you look back, when we got down there in the playoffs, we're battle tested. Nobody's going to scare us. Nobody shook our boots. We were ready to play. And we had some good success there because of it. We were prepared. We were able to get through any minor dings we had. We never, thankfully, had any severe injuries that I can remember. But you have to have that. But you want to play good people because that's the only thing that's going to make you better. So we accept the challenge of the district we have in front of us. We respect them, but we also, our goal is to earn some respect from them.
The time that you were taking before we got to meet, you were talking to somebody about youth football, and I was highly involved in Smyrna's youth football program, and over 600 kids participate in that. And, each kid gets to play up. Back then it was $50. I don't know, it could be 60, 70, but anyway, they got to play somewhere around 8, 9 games, and kids got to line up from ages 5 all the way to 12, 13 years old. But through the years, as you got to see them go through the Pee Wees, and then the C League, then the B League, then the A League, you knew even the ones in Smyrna that had played youth football.
Yeah, absolutely.
You knew it. And talk a little bit about how important that is just for this community around here, and how important it is to get involved.
I brought up Coach Carter in there, the Carter family, and how great a job, amazing job they did getting Smyrna from youth football to where it was. And not only that, but making it a pipeline straight off up into the high school. His goal was to develop them, but not just that, but to get them to Smyrna High School and to make them, the excitement those kids had when they finally got to Smyrna High School, and to go out there on those Friday night underneath those lights at Robert Rake Stadium. It was something, meant something to him. I was talking to him. I said, I want that same thing here. And I think the parents here, the community here, and he's all in, really, as far as getting that pipeline, getting these kids excited about summer football. And I'm very excited about working with our youth football league and getting involved and having them, over here and play on our field, use our facility on Saturday. Because one day it's going to be Friday night, and they're going to be out there, and I want that hunger. I want them to have that hunger and that drive to be out there on Friday nights, and that's something smart.
Well, that's where it starts. Sonny Gray played there, Barry Turner. I saw countless kids that I have video on them when they were 6 and 7 years old, and they played youth football, and now they're somewhere else in a professional status.
And it meant something to them, and it has to. But their goals. The kids have to have goals, and not only in football but in life. And I think it's a process. And by the time they get here, we're really trying to make them men. We're trying to send them out to work.
Sure.
But that starts at a younger age. We just don't realize that. Parents, a lot of times moms, I'm spoiled rotten by my mom. But, my dad was the one that's, we're going to get him ready for the world.
Right.
And that started when I was young. That started with Pee Wee football, with, whatever, Little League baseball, those things. I had that drive because I was a had to have that drive. I had to have those expectations of myself to be better, to get better every day. Someone that be put out in the world as a better man because of it. And that's what the goal is to produce fine young men. And it starts. My 10-year-old son out there. I mean, I started him when he was 5, 6. When he could understand. Son, you're going to be raised the right way. We're going to do everything we 100%. So those leagues, that's where it starts. And I remember going out there one day to Smyrna. It blew my mind how many kids were out there. I never seen so many purple helmets in my life. There must have been 600 or 700 kids. I mean, you almost couldn't get through there.
And 200 cheerleaders.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. That's how I want it to be here. And I think the community has rallied around the high school, even Independence down the road. I think they do a real good job supporting Independence. I think we need to get that, whether they go their direction or our direction, we need to get these kids established in the football program.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to add? I'd like to try to come back over and visit with you when the fall hits. I'll try to catch up to you, get back over here and find out what Spartan football's doing. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Not really. I'd love to have you out for a game. We expect to get better. We expect to win some games. As a coach, the expectations, you sit down in the room, the things you really start talking about, you hope may happen. I'm not going to really say that right now. People might think I'm crazy. But you have to have those goals to be the best. We have those goals. But it's a day at a time. We haven't won a game yet. Somebody said something the other day, and y'all can win several. Stop with several. We'll start with one and we'll go from there.
And then week by week, and then take it as it comes.
We got to take it day by day, game by game, step by step, as a team. Grow together, learn together. Love one another as brothers, as we call each other. And we're looking for an exciting year, and we're looking to improve. The main thing we're looking is to give our all and to improve every day.
Well, Coach, I'll do my best, and we'll try to wrap up the crew and come back over here and try to visit you one year at your place and see you back home.
Let me know when I get you out there. No big deal.
I appreciate
We had some
it.
good experiences together, so maybe you're the lucky token. I don't know.
I'll come back. I'll come out as long as you got me a spot on the top deck and a little electric. I can run it from there.
We'll get you hooked up.
All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you joining us here for another edition of Inside the Headset. As the lights go off, it can't get any better. Join us again as we'll be running around the area. See you then.